Oh, bet. All right. Here's
So,
Doc on the radio. Am I on the
how's it
radio
go?
too?
I suppose, man, you were, you were, you know, I watched that Smaggle debate. I agree, that was the most amazing thing I've ever
Bro, that
watched.
shit was fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry, Smaggle is incredibly inept in terms of Discord, but I mean, man, that was a fantastic debate. I got
That
to
shit
admit,
was
like,
fucking hilarious. I'm definitely milking it for content. 100%.
I don't blame you. I mean, I was gonna use your stream for content.
Go ahead.
Um,
I don't
the
care.
stream, I mean, shoot, I mean, even before, man. Um, but I mean, I did have some genuine questions I want to ask you,
Go ahead.
if you mind me asking. Um, I mean, why do you even do this stream in the first place? I heard that you stream a lot about people talking about your like domestic violence or whatever. Um, I guess do you think that like streaming, talking about Omnia and all that is gonna make people stop talking about those allegations or whatever?
No, I don't think so because it never stops Omnia from
Then,
doing the
then why do
shit
you
that
then why do you do it then?
because it's a place for me to say what the fuck I gotta say and keep it moving. Because if people go out of their way to look for what I have to say in regards to the entire thing, then you know where to find it. And sometimes it's just to fuck around, say what I gotta say at the beginning of my stream, and then later down the line just chat with my chat about any other thing I want to chat about. I do it with every drama
So do
that I'm
you?
in.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I do it with every drama that I'm in. If there's something that I'm either researching, keeping up with, or I'm about to make a video, you can see me on the live stream. Or otherwise, I just want to talk about some shit because it pissed me off. It's my YouTube channel. I'm free to.
Okay. But do you see why people would call you like a lolcow? Because I mean, bro, I tuned into the first half of your stream, and you were going off about like the commentary community, about Omni, about Hopeless Peaches, Harley. You sounded like a maniac. I'm not even gonna lie.
I
Do you
mean,
see why
you can
people
think
view
that I
view that
sound. You can
as you?
think that I sound like a maniac all you please, Doc. But like the thing is, I don't know if you were in my shoes, you would deal with the situation the same way. But like you're kind of not dealing with my same problem. I think if you
I
were,
can't understand what you went through, right? But I just think that
you can
vetting it through a live
understand
stream
it.
online isn't
You can
really the right
understand it.
way.
You can understand it, Doc. But you're not walking my shoes, and that's the thing. If you were in the exact same position that I'm in, with the exact same brain, all that shit, you wouldn't be as confused. But I'm not you. I'm not half of the people that you think that I probably should be like, or if you don't think it's helping or anything like that's not my issue, bro. I'm not here to make people think I'm a low cow or make them think that I'm not a low cow. Either way, I don't. It doesn't matter to me if somebody perceives me as a low cow. I come on my stream to do what the fuck I want to do on my stream. And if people come in to watch it, I can't really control that.
So when you get upset when people call you a lolcow, then like that's
I'm
what
I'm
if you're
not
going to keep
upset that
continue
people
doing
call me a
these
low
things
cow.
on stream, then people are going to call you a lol. You care like it sounded like you cared when Smag was calling you that. You know, like if you're going
I
to
told
continue doing your
Smaggle that
streams talking about your
I told Smaggle that I'm not famous enough to be a lowcow. If you want to call me a lowcow, you can call me that. Just don't expect me to agree. Just don't expect me to agree.
okay, what I'm saying is like, don't be surprised when people call you that,
I'm
right?
not
Because if
surprised
you're
when
going to
people
continue
call
doing
me
these
that.
streams,
What made
okay,
you what
then
made
we
you
agree
come
on
to
that.
that
Right?
conclusion?
I mean, you were asking people to call into your stream. You did the stream in the first place.
But
Like,
what but
it's
that
pretty
doesn't
clear
answer my
that you are
question.
upset about something. You know.
But what does that have to do with people calling me a lowcow?
Because you're acting insane on stream. Like you're acting
But
like
what
a
this
maniac.
you're still not answering my question, Doc. What does that have to do with me being called a lowcow? That has nothing to do with why I'm
I'm
upset.
talking about your behavior on stream.
But
Is that
that
not
has
like what contributes to you being a lolcow or
no.
potentially being a lolcow?
You said that I am bothered by people calling me a lowcow, or I am surprised by people calling me a lowcow. What does me being upset about something completely separate from being called a lowcow have to do with
Okay,
me
well,
being surprised about that?
let me outline this. Okay, so you told me you do these streams, right? Because you want to express yourself, right? Or you want to display everything out, or do research or whatever, right? But in these streams, you're talking like you just go on rants and you talk about the commentary community. Like a lot of people view that as low cow behavior, right?
Why? Why is
And
that? Why
if
is
you
hold
continue,
on? Why is that low cow behavior? If I'm ranting about the commentary community,
because you're sounding like a maniac. You want me to play like a part of your stream?
if I'm yelling, I
you're just
sound like a
talking about
maniac.
Nicholas Diorio and
Can you not
Austin and
handle when
John.
someone yells at you, Smaggle? Not Smaggle. Doc, can you not handle when someone raises their voice? Can you not handle that?
No,
Like, come on, bro. What?
I can handle that, but I'm saying.
Are you a bitch? Are you a pussy ass nigga? Can you not handle when someone's
No,
yelling?
I'm not saying. I'm saying that when you act like that, okay, when people are going to view you a certain way.
Okay,
That's how it is.
why is that my problem?
Well, then why are you Why are you taking callers? Why are you asking Smaggle to debate you on stream?
The content, nigga. What do you mean?
Okay.
What? What?
Okay, I mean, I'm using you for content as well. Okay, shoot.
That's why you're here. The content, nigga. What the fuck?
What do we disagree on?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You said you want to ask me questions. I'm answering your questions.
Yeah,
And why are you acting like we're having a disagreement? We're having a discussion. I left this nigga speechless, bro. He has no words.
I don't know, man. I mean, go up with your streams, but I just don't. I mean, I don't think you should be doing these streams. But if you view them as a way to filter out what you're saying,
give me one good reason why I shouldn't rant about the art commentary community. It's a toxic place. The people in it suck. People are weird. Lio's weird.
Because you're not in a good mental state.
How do you know that?
You're not in a good mental state.
How do you know that? How are you? Hold on, Doc. Hold on, Doc.
You've admitted that multiple times.
Hold on, Doc.
Like you admit that you're bad
hold on. But I want to know, other than from hearing it from me.
We're not going away from this.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm going away from it. I'm not saying
going around talking about the art commentary community. We're not going away from this.
I'm not saying that I'm. Can I speak?
Can I please speak? Go ahead.
I'm not saying that I'm going away from it. I'm just trying to ask you, what the fuck are you getting that from? Because unless you hear it from me, you wouldn't even know if I was manic or not.
I heard you say people were asking. Smaggle was saying that you're manic, and you agreed. Like you're mad. You're not. You're not.
What did I just ask you, Doc? What did I just ask you?
Repeat the question, I guess. I mean,
oh my god, and you weren't paying attention. Typical.
Yeah, I wasn't, because you didn't answer my actual question, man.
Because you weren't listening, dumbass. Okay, I asked you.
Repeat it.
Unless you heard it from me, what makes you think I'm manic? How would you know that?
You're going on stream ranting about the commentary community.
I could just be mad.
Insane.
I could just be mad.
You admitted that you're manic. You admitted that you're manic.
What did I just ask, Doc? Oh my god, what did I just ask you? What did I just ask you? Pay attention to the semantics very closely.
You said that you're mad? Is that what you said?
Oh my god, what did I ask you? Pay attention to the semantics very, very closely.
If you can do this step by step.
I did answer your question. You're just not paying attention. I answered your question. My point that I'm making is, Doc, you would not know if I was manic unless I said so. So you can't make that assumption in of itself.
That's what I'm telling you. Make that assumption if you're just going on, if you're doing these streams talking about your
You can make the assumption, but you have no basis for it. You have no basis for making that assumption at all. You can make it, but there's no basis for it.
So you just screaming and ranting on streams multiple times about the commentary could be about John Swan, all that. I can't say that that's you not being well.
That's not. How did you get to that conclusion when I just said that you can't assume that I'm that you just can't assume that I'm manic?
Say it on stream.
But I'm telling you, unless you heard it from me, you wouldn't know.
You already told me I could have that assumption.
I told you that you wouldn't have any basis for it. That's my thing, and you wouldn't have a basis for it.
I just explained what basis I have for it.
You don't have a basis. That could be somebody being angry. Somebody just had gone through trauma. You wouldn't know why unless you have the context of why I'm upset.
Streams, and you're just continuing to rant about commentary, community, art commentary, whatever.
Your point?
Well,
oh my god! I don't know what your point. What's the point that you're trying to make?
You're insane. You're insane. You keep doing these streams. you think that they're doing good for you. I mean, I disagree. I mean, I can't stop you from doing these
I
streams.
mean, judging
These
from
are
the
good,
fact, judging
dude.
from the fact that I cooked the fuck out of Smaggle and I'm getting support, and there's,
Okay,
I mean,
Isaac, you
100
that,
fucking
the guy
viewers
with
in
the
the
list who's a
stream,
retard.
and
Amazing.
you're here.
Great job. You want a star for that? You want 5 stars for that?
I'm not asking for
stars. Here you
fucking
go.
medal,
Thank
bro.
you.
You said that they're not doing good for me. I'm
Okay,
giving you
but
examples of
saying
why
you're
they
cooking
are.
Smaggle and acting like it's a W. Like, what are you trying to say?
Bro,
Like,
I mean, that is a W. I fucking cooked the shit out of that
You cooked the
nigga.
retard. Amazing. Thank you.
I cooked you too. I mean, like,
Amazing.
I got 2 dubs in one stream. What you want me to do about it?
I want you to end your stream because clearly you're not well.
I
You admit
will
you're
not be.
I think you should just get off the internet, dude. I think it would be best for you.
Well, that would be great if your opinion was valued by me, but it's not. So, is there anything else
Thank
you'd like to
wow,
add?
I didn't know that.
You didn't
Is there
know that?
anything
You
else?
should have known that from the very moment that you came in here.
I mean, I don't care.
Okay, then why would you?
At the end of the day.
What?
What do you mean? Okay.
This nigga getting cooked just like his friend, bro. He had to bury his buddy to make himself look better. You had to bury Smaggle to put yourself on top, Doc. You ain't real, bro. You a fake ass nigga. You a fake ass nigga.
You think I'm fake?
Yes, I do.
I love Smaggle. I think Smaggle did amazing in that debate.
No, you
I'm just
didn't.
pointing out.
You just
You
came
being
into the
a
streams.
reason.
Nah, bro. You don't think that he did amazing in that debate. That nigga got cooked.
No, I think he did great.
No, he didn't.
No, I think he did amazing. I think he served the retarded community very well.
He
You know,
served
the
them.
autism
Oh
community.
my god, bro! You keep burying your boy. That's your boy, and you're burying him. You ain't no real friend, bro. You don't give a fuck about that nigga Smaggle, and I don't give a fuck about him. I'm all for it.
Listen, Smaggle is an amazing co-host. He's done so much for me. Okay.
Like what? Bring stupidity to your show? Like what?
Content. He's got content. Your debate, that was something else. Okay.
Bro, you
I
let
can't
your
disagree.
friend get embarrassed for content, nigga? You're evil. Y'all, these niggas more evil than me. You're evil.
I
You
don't
let
know about
you let him get buried for content. That nigga had to
I
have
think
his
you would
mom
agree.
turn off
I
his
think you would
internet.
agree with me.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about what happens to that nigga. He could die, and I wouldn't really be bothered by it.
Okay, cool.
But like, that's
amazing.
your
Thank
boy, bro. That's your boy, though. That's your boy.
Yeah.
And you
He's my boy.
just, bro, if that nigga, you talk like he's replaceable. You talk like he's replaceable. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Listen, at the end of the day, I love Smaggle. And
No,
I
you
appreciate
don't.
the content.
No, you don't. That shit is fake as fuck. You the fakest nigga ever, bro. You don't love that nigga. You don't love that nigga. That's fake love. That's fake love. You love what he does for you. You don't love that nigga. You love what he does for you. You don't love him. Fake ass nigga.
Listen, I'm sure you know a thing or two about love. All right, I'm sure you do.
I know a lot about love, and that's not it. That's not love.
Oh, yeah.
That's not love. You didn't. That's your boy, and you didn't help him get any bitches, bro.
Oh no, I'm good. I mean, he can help himself. Okay, I don't know him IRL. Okay, he could figure out his own thing. He's got his own. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Okay, I'm not that kind of guy that helps other people to. I'm not a wingman. Okay, he's my co-host on stream. He's not my he can find his own woman.
Bro, you don't love that nigga. You don't love that nigga. That nigga Dusty.
Yeah, that's gay. I'm not gay.
Bro, what the fuck?
I don't love.
Y'all niggas got toxic masculinity out the fucking wazoo. What do you don't love your homies?
I think love is a very strong word. I like Smackle, but I'm not very. I use love very. Love is a very specific kind of word. You know?
And I don't fuck with that love shit. That shit gay as fuck. Y'all niggas are goofy as hell. You're so cis straight men scared of having emotions. You fucking weirdos. This nigga's scared of having emotions, bro. I don't love him. I'm gonna let him get cooked for content. Y'all are not friends.
Masculinity is is that like in reference to like I don't know if we should be speaking about toxic masculinity. I see Matt Pitt in the chat. He's saying that. I think that's an interesting point.
What do you mean? I shouldn't be talking about toxic masculinity? What do you think is? Do you think that I exhibit? Like, can you give me an example? Like, what's your point here?
Well, you have domestic violence allegations against you.
Just because I have domestic violence allegations does not mean anything about toxic masculinity. I've already been through this. Like, I'll ask you this here, Doc. Did you watch my video series on Omnia?
No, I frankly don't care about that stuff.
So why do you bring it up? Why do any of y'all bring it up if you're not gonna probe for more info? So you think domestic violence is funny? Is what
I'm not a journalist. I go on stream. I make content. That's what it is.
So you're telling me that no. So you're telling me that
I run it and I talk about people on the internet.
So you think that domestic violence allegations are funny? You think domestic violence allegations are funny?
I mean, you make jokes about them, sure.
Why? That's not funny. It's domestic violence. Why would you joke about that?
I think you joke about anything on the internet.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's okay. Do you think that domestic violence is okay?
No, I don't think it's okay.
Okay, then why would you joke about it?
I think you can joke about domestic violence.
So how could you not think that domestic violence is okay, but also joke about it? Isn't that bringing light to a very serious issue?
You can't do two things.
No, both of those.
I could joke about.
That's not a significance of two truths existing. It's you bringing light to a very. You can't claim that you treat this situation seriously and then joke about it. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm saying you could treat domestic violence seriously, but you could also joke about it.
No, you can't. I heard what you said. I'm just telling you that you're wrong. Because how are you going to treat domestic violence seriously and then joke about it? Especially if it's pertaining to somebody else's life. That's weird. So you think domestic violence is funny?
I don't. Okay, so you're trying to say that because
I'm not trying to say anything. You gave me the tools. You gave me the tools to make this argument, and you're not refuting it. I told you can't say that something is very serious and then joke about it. That's weird.
I'm saying that you can joke about anything on the internet.
Yeah, but does that mean that you will? Does that mean that you will?
That's what I'm trying to say. You're not like.
Does that mean that you will do it though? You personally, Doc. Do you think that domestic violence is fun?
I joke about domestic violence, pedophilia, grooming. I joke about all those things.
So you're bringing light to all of those very serious. But how could you call them serious if you're just going to joke about it?
How can I call it serious? Because I can't.
Then you don't think it's that serious because you're able to joke about it.
I think it is. I think you can be serious about certain topics, right? But you can also joke about it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but it's different when it's pertaining to somebody else's personal life, which is what you did. You brought up my personal allegations. You said, well, you have domestic violence allegations, right?
If I had allegations against me, if people joke about it, shoot, I can't.
Yeah, but I'm not a fucking asshole, bro. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bring up an allegation against you, especially if that's if it's a serious allegation. That's weird.
Welcome to the internet. People are gonna do that to you, man.
Bro, I don't bro. Why do you? Just because it's the internet doesn't mean that it's okay. You don't have to fucking sit here and.
Disagree.
What? Okay, so we don't disagree. So you understand that I don't need to conform to the ideals that the internet creates. Just because the internet says it's okay to do it doesn't mean that I should do it.
I'm saying it.
Okay, so you understand how you're wrong. So you understand that it's wrong for you to joke about domestic violence, especially if it pertains to somebody else's life. You understand how that's wrong, no?
No, I don't think I'm wrong.
Then why do you not think you're wrong? You're joking about a serious issue.
Internet ideology or whatever. I never told you to do that.
Okay, but you said you brought it up yourself. You said that it's the internet. You can joke about anything on the internet, but you agree that doesn't mean that you should joke about it on the internet. So you understand that.
I never said that. I never said that you should joke about it on the internet. I say you can. You can joke about it.
Would you do?
You can be serious about. You can believe things are serious, and you can joke about serious topics.
No, you can't. How are you gonna claim? Especially if it's like I said, it's pertaining to someone else's life. If it was a general statement, that'd be different.
And I can joke about whatever I want.
You can, but that doesn't mean that you should.
Sure, but I can't.
He's cooked. He's cooked. He's fucking cooked. I caught his ass.
We're just going in circles.
We're not going in circles, bro. You're not accepting the fact, you're trying to sit here and justify joking about domestic abuse, which you did with me. You're
Yeah,
justifying
you can
that.
joke about that. Yes, you can joke about anything.
But
you
does
want on the
that
internet,
mean that
and
you
can
would
leave
do
it
it? So
serious as well.
so you think that domestic violence is funny? You keep dodging that.
It can be funny. Yeah.
Why?
Like,
Why would that be
you can
funny?
joke
Why
about
would
it. Because you can
domestic
joke
violence
about
be
it.
funny?
Because you can joke about
What
it.
is funny about
You can-
domestic
you can-
violence? What is
You
funny
can make
about
jokes
that?
about it. That's what I'm
What is
saying.
funny about it? Tell me what's funny about it.
Okay, I'll give you an example. You mentioned toxic masculinity. You have allegations against you. It's incredibly ironic that you mentioned toxic masculinity when you have allegations against you.
But you didn't look
about
into
committing
those
domestic violence
allegations,
against a
and that's
woman.
what makes it not okay. You didn't probe for more information. You didn't get context, and that's what makes it not okay. You don't do
Well,
research.
it's a joke. It's a joke.
not.
What do you need context?
What's
I'm
so
just
funny
joking.
about
I'm
the
joking.
joke?
Like, what?
What's so funny about the joke? If you didn't do research in regards to the joke, if you had context, then maybe I'd laugh. But you wouldn't even be making the joke if you did.
You want me to add like bottom text to like a joke I'm making?
I'm not
Like,
telling you to do that. I'm just saying that if you don't know anything, then don't joke about it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not saying that you need to do any of that
I
shit.
can't joke about it.
Yes, because you don't know shit. Why would I?
joke's not supposed to be taken
That's like
seriously,
me.
then, like, why?
That's like me, Doc, joking about about something sensitive in your life, and then
Yeah,
They
you can
like,
do
oh,
that.
it's
I
a
don't
joke.
care.
You
Yeah,
might
I
not
don't
care, but that doesn't mean that it's okay,
yes,
Doc.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
But that doesn't mean it's okay. That's why I'm not doing it. That doesn't mean it's okay.
Sure. That's fine if you view it as not okay. In my opinion, I don't care. Like if people do that, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
I can view it as not okay.
But that's not
But you can do
universal,
that.
Doc. Doc, that's not universal. No one universally holds that opinion.
Okay.
So don't be surprised
I never said
when
that.
people
I never said
sit here and
everybody
tell you.
universally holds that opinion. I never said that.
Okay, so
I'm
then.
saying my opinion is that. Okay.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking you. You think it's morally okay to joke about domestic violence? You think that's funny?
Yes.
You think that's
Yes,
morally
it's funny.
all right to
It
joke
can be
about
funny.
somebody else's domestic violence case? You think that's funny? Because you think domestic violence is funny.
Yes, you could joke about domestic violence, pedophilia, like whatever. You can still be serious.
Why would you
those
joke about
topics.
pedophilia? What? Why would you joke about that?
It
What
can
is
be
funny about?
Like, I'm not gonna lie,
Please,
it can be
Doc,
funny.
Doc, please tell me what's funny about pedophilia.
It's all okay or it's not okay. Like,
What the fuck are you talking about? What?
It's all okay.
Either everybody should be slaves or no one should be slaves. Like what? What kind of fucking logic is that?
I mean, this conversation has gone in a complete loop. This
No,
is
I'm
insane.
trying. I'm
It's
trying
insane.
to. What I'm asking you, since you think it's okay to joke about all these things, what is funny about pedophilia? What do you find so
What's funny
hilarious
I
about
think certain
child?
aspects of it can be funny.
What certain aspects is funny about
Like,
pedophilia?
dreams, pedophile allegations. Like people joke about that all the time.
That's not funny. What's funny about being accused
Okay,
of being a
but people view that as
pedophile?
funny. But
What-
people view that as funny.
What's funny about that?
I mean, I'm not the joke, but I'm not going to sit here and explain to you like why it's funny.
Bro, you're telling me that it's
Like, people
funny.
have
Then tell me
different sense of
what
humor.
should
Like,
I
people just
laugh?
have different sense of humor.
I am willing to concede if you can explain to me what is so funny about calling somebody a pedophile. What is funny about that?
Even if I explain it to you, if I could, you wouldn't even agree
If you
with me,
could,
because you have a different
how
point of view.
are you gonna say that this thing is funny? You can't even explain how it's funny. So it's not that funny.
You're from a different perspective, okay? You're saying, like, if I were to explain dark humor to you, like, I presume you do not like dark humor. Because, like, dark humor, it racism, pedophilia, whatever, okay? If I were to explain that to you, I would be wasting my time. Because at the end of the day, you'd just be like, I don't understand. You
I
don't
would
understand.
like. That's why I'm asking you. I would like to understand. I would like to understand
You'd
what
like
I'm
to
supposed to be
understand?
laughing about when it comes to pedophilia. Like what's
So
the
let's
funny
talk
part?
about okay, dream allegations. Let's talk about that. So
Okay.
somebody makes a Twitter post about it. Okay, dream. Let's say like dream sexted a 14-year-old or something. Okay, you could joke about that. Say like, oh, Dream got actually no. There's actually a good example. Dream got a shirt sent in the mail, or it was like some kind of meme where he looked at the shirt and it was like, I'm looking for minors or something, and it was a joke about Minecraft because it was minors. or
I've
whatever,
seen it.
Right.
I know the context.
Yeah. So that right there is a joke about pedophilia. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
joke about that.
you know why people think that that's funny, Doc?
Why?
Because they think that Dream is a pedophile. That's why they think it's funny. It's not. If Dream is proven,
Wait. So you're saying that people that view that funny think Dream's a pedophile?
yes. Why would they not find that funny? Why would they not find that funny? Because it's Dream, bro.
Wait.
They think that Dream is a pedophile, so they're joking on him because they think he's a pedophile. Did you not entertain
so
that
if
reality?
I said that I find that joke funny, if I said that I find that joke funny, you think I think Dream's a pedophile?
Yes, because why would you find it
Oh,
funny?
my.
Because if Dream is not a pedophile,
There's
then
two
I
different
don't.
things.
I wouldn't sit here and joke about that. Obviously, Dream isn't taking nicely to it. So why the fuck would I joke about Dream being a pedophile if Dream is very obviously not a pedophile? I would laugh if you made that joke about EDP. That's why people make EDP cupcake jokes, because they know that EDP is a pedophile and that's why it's funny. But we don't know if Dream is a pedophile, and that's why I don't find that shit funny, because it's not confirmed whether or not Dream is a pedophile. They're all allegations. And that's not funny.
It's a joke at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter if it's confirmed or not.
Because it doesn't affect you.
If you're going to take a joke seriously, like, if you're going to think that...
Of course Dream is going to take that joke seriously. Why would he not? The allegation is being directed toward him.
Dream. It's a joke.
Of course you don't care about Dream because it doesn't affect you, dumbass. That's why you're not affected. That's why you find it funny, because it's not directed towards you. If I was sitting here joking about the fact that, oh, Doc is a pedophile, everybody in chat say that Doc is a pedophile, that'd be fucking weird. That would be weird as shit.
I can't stop you. You can joke. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't stop me, but that'd be weird as fuck, Doc. That's not cool. That's not cool for people to do.
You could say it's weird, but like, I can't stop. Like,
okay, so you agree that if I did that, it would be weird, fucked up, and I would be spreading misinformation about you, but I'm sitting here calling it a joke. That's not okay. That's not cool.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, let me make a distinct difference. There's a difference between making like an offhanded joke, okay, or making a joke, and then like actually making up an allegation against somebody. That is a very I want to make sure I outline that. There's both
of those can be in the same basket. You can make a joke while making an allegation about somebody, and that's what people did to Dream. They made a joke while also making an allegation, and because people thought that Dream is a pedophile, that is why they find it funny. That's why they think it's hilarious, because haha, he has pedophile.
You can separate the okay. I disagree with those people that go out there and they slander Dream. Okay, they slander Dream, right?
But you find it funny, so how are you any better?
Joke about that sort of stuff.
But you find it funny though. So how are you any better? How are you any better if you find jokes about that funny when you don't even know if Dream is a pedophile? You're not any better in that case.
It's a joke. Like, it doesn't. Like,
but couldn't those same people say that it's just a joke?
I'm not going live on stream. If you're cut, I'm not going live on stream, and I'm not just saying, okay, Dream's a pedophile. We're going over this list or whatever, and then I'm making like an offhand joke about that. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm just in passing. I'm just saying, oh, Dream had a minor shirt, whatever. Okay,
offhanded.
I'm not actually trying to ruin this guy's life.
You're falling apart. You're falling apart because offhanded and passing are the same thing. They're synonymous. You can make an offhanded joke is a joke in passing. Those are synonymous statements. So you're not any better than the people who are slandering Dream.
You think that me joking about Dream's minor shirt is ruining his life?
To him, yes, likely, because you're not the one who's affected.
I'm asking you. Do you think that me doing that is ruining his life?
Yeah, kind of, because it's pedophile allegations. Those are life ruining allegations, and for you, okay. So if it is discovered, Doc, that Dream is not a pedophile, then how funny would that joke be? And you laughed at it.
It'd probably still be funny.
It wouldn't be funny because he's not a pedophile. So why would you joke about a dude who's not a pedophile being a pedophile?
It's a joke. People find jokes funny regardless or not if they're true or not. Like,
but that's why people find that joke funny, because they think it's true.
But jokes are mainly there because they're fun, like they're supposed to be funny.
But it's not funny to the person that you're telling it to.
You shouldn't be taking jokes seriously.
But you can't. But you will take jokes seriously if they're allegations directed towards you. That's not funny. That's not funny.
I'm not talking about Dream himself. I'm talking about like. Okay, stop saying you're putting yourself in like Dream situation. I'm talking with me. It's you and me. Okay, like
Doc, have you ever tried?
I can make jokes about whatever I want. Like that's how it is.
Doc, like, have you ever in your life tried putting yourself into somebody else's shoes and empathizing with them and understanding exactly why they might be hurt
but this is the internet.
That you
like
said?
Nobody cares about that stuff.
But you just said that. Like, but you just said earlier that even though it's the internet, it doesn't mean that somebody should do it. So here you are justifying that it's the internet.
Yeah,
so you agree that it's not okay. So you agree that it's not okay.
I mean, in my personal opinion, it's not okay. But
okay, then if it's not okay, then why do you?
Then
if it's not okay, Doc, then why do you make those jokes yourself? If you understand that they're not okay, why do you laugh at them yourself?
I'm saying that people can say whatever they want. I'm saying that it's not okay
He's stuttering.
Oh, here, oh
He's
my
stuttering.
gosh, you're going around in my loop.
I'm not going around in
a
a loop. I'm being very, very clear. It's just that you're not keeping up with your own points. I'm keeping up with everything that you're saying. It's just that you're wrong, and you're trying to justify.
I'm saying that people can joke. People can joke on the internet. Okay, whether or not I believe it's right or not, they can do that. Okay,
Yeah, but it's not. But you keep directing it to other people. You're not directing it towards yourself. I'm talking about you specifically. And you keep saying that it's not okay.
Yeah,
so then
I'm sure it's not okay. I made jokes in the past. I'm saying certain jokes I might view as not okay, but I make certain jokes that are very similar to those. Okay.
So you're not any better. You're trying to deviate from the group that you're literally part of. You're part of that group.
My personal opinion. I'm saying okay.
You're trying to act like your personal opinion is not the same because you keep saying, oh, I don't think it's okay, but it's the internet so people can do it. Those are two contradictory statements. Do you not understand that? That's contradictory, Doc.
How is it contradictory?
Because you're sitting here claiming that you don't think that
something that people do, then I can agree, and I can say I agree that they can do that.
Can I please speak?
Is that
You're saying you're saying that dark humor, you don't think that dark humor is okay, and you think that people shouldn't make dark humor jokes, especially if they're directed towards somebody.
No,
but you're saying
that. I never said that.
You did
I think
say
that there are certain jokes that people shouldn't make.
You literally did say that.
Dark humor, but I think that dark humor should exist on the internet, and people can do that. I can disagree with certain jokes. Okay,
certain
people can make those jokes. That's what I'm saying.
What are the certain jokes that you disagree with?
I mean,
what do you think is not okay to joke about?
If they're not funny jokes, then I probably disagree with them.
What do you think is something that people shouldn't laugh about? I'm genuinely asking.
I mean, anybody can laugh at whatever they want. I'm just saying that there's certain if the joke's not funny,
so where did but I'm asking you personally, directly, you Doc.
I just gave you an answer.
What do you think is not funny? So you think anything could be funny? But you said that said that there were jokes.
Yes,
that
I think anything could be funny, but I think people are stupid enough to make jokes that aren't funny, and I think that those jokes should not be made.
Okay, so what are those jokes that should be? So okay, I understand that. So are you saying that jokes that are directed toward Dream about pedophilia, which you confirm that you laughed at, are jokes that people shouldn't be making because they affect Dream?
Certain jokes.
What do you mean certain jokes? If they're pedophilia jokes, then all of them would not be okay because it's pedophilia. You don't accuse somebody of pedophilia and say, "Ha funny."
I think it's all or nothing. You're either okay with everything on the internet being funny, or you're not okay with it.
It's not. That's such a 2016 iDubbbz point, bro. You got to grow up. That's not how the real world works.
2016 iDubbbz. Why are you?
Because that is the most popular thing that iDubbbz has said. Either all of it is okay, or none of it is okay.
Was the N-word. That was the most popular thing.
But you're applying that same line of logic to pedophilia jokes. You're applying that. And that's weird. That's not okay.
You can joke about whatever you want. I can disagree with certain jokes because they're not funny and you shouldn't be made.
I don't think you understand the fact that you're basically telling me that you think that dark humor is wrong, especially if it's directed towards somebody.
I think certain parts of dark humor are wrong, but I think dark humor.
What are those certain parts? Then go into detail. What are those certain parts?
I already explained to you, not jokes that aren't funny.
But you never explained to me what's not. You never explained to me what's not funny.
They should have been left in the drafts on Twitter.
Like what? I'm asking you, like what? You never gave me an example.
Bring up an example. You're asking me to pick out an example on Twitter.
Oh my god!
A joke that I find.
Doc, if you ask me the same question and you ask me, Zay, what jokes? I'm
asking you the same question.
I'm trying to put this into perspective for you. I'm trying to put this into perspective for you.
Sure.
If you asked me, what jokes do you deem not funny, Zay? I would say, I don't think it's funny that people are calling Dream a groomer because we don't know if he's a groomer or not, and I don't find that funny. I don't think it's funny to joke about domestic violence because domestic violence is a very serious situation that needs to be taken seriously, and I don't think that people should joke about that. That's an easy question to answer. So
thank you for your public service announcement. Thank you.
It's not a public service announcement. So I'm asking you.
Basically, I didn't ask you anything. You just went on that, but thank you. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to put something into perspective for you. So I'm asking you now. I'm asking you now, as somebody who does find dark humor funny and goes under the logic of either it's all okay or none of it is okay, then what is not okay to you? Because you keep telling me that, oh, well, there are some jokes I don't think aren't funny or should have been left in the drafts. I can give you an example easily. So why are you unable to do it?
because I would require me to go through Twitter and start scrolling.
You
I'm not
shouldn't
gonna
have to
while
do that.
while I'm talking to you on stream.
You shouldn't have to do
You want
that.
to sit here? What you asked me to join the stream.
I
You want me to
have,
just go on Twitter and just start scrolling right now?
I
I
just
laid out
think if
I
you're
laid out
gonna,
my logic, I laid out my reasoning, and you're asking me to just you need to pick one example. Some of this debate bro stuff, dude. Like,
what do
it's
you mean
hella
the
gay.
debate
I'm
bro
not gonna lie.
stuff? What do you mean debate bro stuff? I'm literally
You're
probing your line of thought.
You don't find it so funny? Name one example. Like you're trying to debate bro me. And
I'm
it's
not
really annoying.
debate broing you. I'm simply
It's a literally
critiquing
debate
your line of.
tactic. Like you're
I'm
literally trying to
critiquing your
make me pull
line.
up something to try to get an own. Like that's a
I'm
literally
not
debate
getting an
tactic.
own on you. I feel like I never even said that I was trying to get an own on you. So the fact that you even think
Then
that
why are we
shows the
talking here?
guilt that you
Then
have.
why are we still talking about this joke debate? If you
Because
just,
I'm probing your line of thought. I'm trying to understand your perspective, and I'm bringing up my perspective.
You and I were trying to one up each other in this call. Maybe at the
Who
beginning of the
said that we're
discussion,
trying to one up each?
understand. Okay,
Where did
I
this
can
come
agree with you.
from?
We're trying to understand each other.
Where
But
did
now
this
it's just
come
one-upping
from?
each other. This is turned to blood sports.
It's not
What do you
blood
mean what
sports.
is
You're
turned
acting
into?
like it's blood sports because you don't really have a rebuttal for what I'm telling you. You're kind of realizing
I'm saying
that it's
blood
not
sports
very
because we've been
fun.
going into loops for the past 20 minutes.
You don't realize, and it's kind of, and you are kind of realizing that dark humor really isn't that funny when somebody actually.
Certain parts of it. Okay.
But you're not telling me what those
We're just
certain
going in
parts are.
circles.
You're being incredibly vague, and I'm trying to get a better understanding. And the fact that you're not
I
able
literally
to
just
give me
explained
that,
to you certain jokes that aren't funny.
but
Certain jokes that aren't funny.
but you're not telling me
you're
what that
asking me
is.
to go in and use this debate bro tactic.
It's
and
not
you
a
go,
debate bro
you find this
tactic.
one example of when you called me up out of nowhere. You know, it's like, shoot.
It's not, bro, Doc. That is not a debate bro tactic. Have you never had like a
That
genuine
is.
discussion
that is
with
a
someone?
debate tactic. What are you talking about?
That is not a
Asking
debate.
somebody to prove an example right on the spot. What
What?
Hassan?
What
I
do you
think. I mean, out of Destiny does, but I've seen Hassan do that before. It's like nobody. That's really
Hassan?
a debate tactic. People do those in debates.
Doc, bringing up an example
What's
to
up?
support your line of thought is not a debate bro tactic. Engaging in a discussion
Okay, but I'm saying,
to understand
when you.
somebody's perspective is
Okay.
not debate broing
This is-
you. I think you just feel a little
I'm saying
defeated.
when you're trying to get me on the spot to pull up something that I obviously would not have pulled up in the first place.
You don't have
Yes,
to pull
I agree, that's a
anything
debate
up
bro
though.
tactic.
Like I would genuinely.
Okay, you're asking me to name an example. Okay, you're asking me to name an example.
But you
of a
just
joke that I
went
wouldn't find
into
funny.
early, Doc. You just went into earlier about how you thought that it was weird that people are making jokes about Dream being a pedophile, even though Dream isn't a pedophile.
Certain jokes that I think that aren't funny should not be made.
So
okay?
do you think
But I
that
you
jokes
could joke
that
about
aren't
Dream being a
funny are?
pedophile.
So do you think that jokes that aren't funny are jokes that are disguised as, or allegations that
No.
are disguised as
No,
jokes?
I never said that. No,
I'm
I mean,
asking
it
you.
could
I'm
be,
not
but
saying
I've
that you
never
said
that
that.
they are all of them for sure. No.
So do you think that some of those jokes aren't funny?
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why do you laugh at them? That's what I'm trying to understand. If they're not funny, then why are you?
The unfunny jokes I think that should be left in the draft. You're asking me why I laugh at those. Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Why would you think that
I
they
never
should be
said
left
that
in
I
the?
laughed at-
Yes, you did.
If I
You
find
said
a
that the
joke
minor
funny, I'm
shirt
not
was
gonna laugh
funny.
at that.
You said that the minor shirt thing was funny. You thought that that was funny. I
Yes,
don't think it's
but
funny.
people can make different jokes about that minor shirt.
But
You
okay.
don't understand that people can
But
make
what
different
different jokes can you make about calling somebody a minor using a Minecraft joke? And that's a
If you write
pedophile
a tweet and you post a
allegation.
shirt and you write an unfunny caption, then I think that should have been left in the drafts. There you go.
So you think that shirt should have been left in the drafts?
No, I'm saying somebody taking that shirt and writing their own caption about it. Okay.
Like
Their
what?
captions on
That's
that shirt-
completely
their
different.
captions of that. How's that different?
Because now you're taking it away from its original context. No one's talking about writing a caption about the shirt.
What? Okay. Okay. Jokes. Majority of jokes out there, and I would honestly say all jokes, they don't require context. I'm sorry.
Yes, they
don't require
do.
context.
They absolutely do if they are pertaining to somebody's life. Yes, they do. They 100% do.
Okay, if you're talking about the context of, okay, Dream has allegations. Okay, that's context. Okay, but I'm saying if you're making an offhanded joke all of a sudden, you know, but majority of time it doesn't require context.
Doc,
It's
there's
not
a
all the
difference
time.
between making an offhanded joke and making an offhanded joke at somebody else's expense. There's a difference between those two things.
Okay, explain to me what do you mean by offhanded expense? Like at their expense? What was that? What was that to you?
It's
I want to
something
hear
that
this.
pertains to the person. It's at their expense. You know what at their expense means, right? If you're doing something at somebody's
It
expense,
means it's a detriment to them. Like it's a
exactly,
potential detriment. Yeah, you can make
exactly.
those jokes.
I don't
Yeah,
think you can.
like if they're jokes about it, okay. Again, I want to reiterate this. I think there's a clear difference between making an allegation, a false allegation, and making a joke about certain allegations. In this case, pedophile allegations. I think there's a very distinct there's a distinction between those two
Do
things.
you think that that's a joke that's being made at somebody's expense? Because it's surely a detriment to Dream.
There are certain jokes that can be made. Yeah, yeah, you make yeah. I mean, honestly, dark humor. Majority of it is just making it's at people's expense. Okay,
I think
Dream's expense. Yeah.
a joke that is at somebody's expense is me roasting you for getting no bitches. That's a joke that's at somebody's expense. But
Oh,
a joke
okay,
that
that's
that
your opinion. Sure.
a dark joke that isn't funny is saying that, haha, you're a pedophile. Wear this minor shirt. That's a very serious joke at somebody's expense. That's not very funny.
Wait. Okay, I mean,
Or,
I
oh,
agree
you
with
have
that shirt,
domestic
they're weapon of
violence
choice. But I think
allegations,
the majority
haha.
of jokes that are made about that shirt aren't going to be. They're not there to go and try to ruin Dream's career. They're there because they're trying to make a funny joke. They're trying to make a funny jab at Dream.
You want to know what a good example of dark humor would be?
What? Tell me.
That
Thank
shirt,
you.
that shirt would be a good example of dark humor if it wasn't applied to Dream specifically. Because it's funny, it would be
What?
funny because it's not true. Haha, I love my
Wait. Okay.
and that's
Thank you for that, I
obviously
guess.
not true. And especially if it's if
We've
somebody's
already been
making
through this.
if
It doesn't matter. Like
if
regardless
somebody's
if it's true
making
or not,
the
like
active
jokes
choice,
can
Doc,
make whatever.
if they're making the active choice to do that toward themselves, then it's no longer dark humor, it's self-deprecating. So I still fail to understand your line of logic of why you think that domestic violence is funny or why you think that pedophilia is funny. Hee hee ha ha.
Okay,
Child
we've been
essay.
through this. We've been through this in loops. Okay, I hope you have a nice stream. I really hope you get the help you need. Okay, we've just been going in circles for this
Aw,
entire
that's cute.
conversation, bro. Okay.
Are you acting like you care about me, Doc?
No, frankly, I don't.
Okay, then don't tell me no
I think-
bullshit like that. Don't tell me no bullshit like that. Fake ass nigga.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
hope you have a nice stream. I hope you get the help you need. Shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas are so fugazi. Laughing at
I hope you have a
pedophilia
nice
and
day.
domestic violence. Yeah, have a nice day, Doc. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you. Not really.
Yeah.
That nigga embarrassed the fuck out of himself, I'll tell you that.